Well, welcome to our second game this afternoon here at Wilder Park as the WT Buffaloes host Texas A&M-Kingsville as the Javelinas have picked up 2 wins here in their first 2 games against the Buffs, and they improved to 2-4 on this season, while the Buffs fall to 4-2 in this one today. And so as we set the lineup for you for the Javelinas, it'll be Shelby Becker leading things off. He will be playing at first base. Nick Wolf, who had the explosive day at the plate in game number 2, or game number 1 today, game number 2 in this series, had a 4-run home run and a 3-run home run. He will bat number 2. Ramsey Amador will bat third. Stephen Bonus will be the DH again. Jake Chapman in right field will be batting 5th. Dalton Kramer in center field bats 6th. Matthew Castro in left field will bat 7th. Ivan Durante, the shortstop, bats 8th, and Garrett Thompson, the second baseman, will bat 9th. For the Buffaloes, they will send this lineup out for today's contest. It will be Cameron Loy who will lead things off as a DH. Ryan Johnson in left field will bat 2nd. Adam Becker at third base will bat 3rd. Corey Schmidt, the first baseman, bats 4th. Will Finning in right field will bat 5th. Eddie Savoy, the second baseman, will bat 10th. Will bat 6th, wearing number 10. Mike Mineta, the shortstop, will bat 7th. Dave Jensen gets the start as the catcher in this one today. And Bryant Bailey in center field will bat 9th. And that's going to be the starting lineup for both teams in this one. Again, guys on the hill for the Javelinas will be Robbie Spencer, who comes in with no record. He has a 3.60 earned run average. He's started 1 game this season. He's pitched in 5 innings. He's allowed 4 hits, 4 runs, 2 of those earned. He's walked 3 and struck out 5. Getting the start for the Buffaloes will be Reese Miller. He's 1-0 on the season. Reese has pitched in 5 innings. He's allowed 1 hit and 1 walk, and he struck out 8. His opponents are batting .062 against him today. And so we get set as Miller comes out with his battery mate, Dave Jensen, and gets his warm-up tosses in. Third right-hander in a row that the Javelinas will face in this series. It's been a good one for the Javelinas. They won last night. They won by a count of 9-5. They won 9-3 in our first game today and get set for this second contest. Javelinas 2-4 on the season, while the Buffs are 4-2. And so both teams getting set for this one as Miller gets his final warm-up tosses in. Reese, 6'2", 205-pound junior from Dayton, Texas, played at Hill College. His battery mate, Dave Jensen, 5'11", 185-pound senior from the Netherlands, played at Central Oklahoma, Gourmet in the Netherlands. So Miller gets his final warm-up tosses in as we get ready to get this one underway here for game number 2. And again, beautiful, beautiful afternoon here in Canyon, Texas, as we talked about earlier. Our first contest last night was pretty cool, and it was about 42 degrees yesterday. Today, our first game was at 53 when we started that one. Right now, it's warmed up to 59, almost 60. And tomorrow's supposed to be even better. So, Reese Miller getting set to get this one underway. Miller. The first pitch for the right-hander is going to be low for a ball to Shelby Becker. So Becker ahead in the count 1-0. Shelby comes into this one batting .308 on the season. That pitch misses for ball 2. So a 2-0 count for Becker from Reese Miller. Reese settles in, ready to go. His battery mate Jensen. There's a strike. So 2 balls and a strike. Schmidt over at first base. At second base is Eddie Savoy. Shortstop Mike Manetta and Adam Becker at third. Good breaking ball. Caught the outside corner for a strike. Pitch on the way and swung on, and that's going to get away from the catcher. Jensen has it, throws it to first over the head of the first baseman. And Shelby Becker will get aboard. It'll be a strikeout, but he'll get aboard on the pass ball. And so he is at first base. So Miller with a runner aboard. Shelby Becker now faces Nick Wolf. Wolf comes up batting .381. Looks at ball one. Wolf, .480 on base percentage, an .857 slugging percentage, and again, 2 home runs back to back in the last ball game. He's now has 8 hits for the season as he looks at a strike on the outside corner. He's driven in 11, 7 of those in the last ball game. 4 walks, 6 strikeouts, and a double, and 3 home runs for the catcher for the Javelinas. That's an outside corner pitch, just misses for a ball. So 2-1 the count for Nick Wolf. Wolf batting from the left side, settles in. Lineup really hasn't changed hardly at all for Javelinas from game 1 to game 2. That one misses for ball 3. So 3-1 the count for Nick Wolf. Runner at first base is Shelby Becker, who struck out, but a pass ball allowed him to get to first base. That's going to be fouled out of play. That runs the count full for Wolf. Reese Miller, 1-0 in the season. Settles in, ready to go. Miller, long look, comes home with it. That's going to be fouled off at the plate. Buff's pretty much straight away. Brian Bailey playing with the left-handed batter, playing a little more toward right center. And that's drilled out to right center field, and that one is gone. And for Nick Wolf, he is hit back-to-back home runs. This is a 2-run shot. I should say back-to-back. He had 2 in the last game. And so adds to his total here and gives the Javelinas the early 2-0 lead here in the top of the first inning. Kind of a rude welcome to Reese Miller. That brings up Ramsey Amador. Amador looks at ball 1, the first pitch offered to him. So the Buffs pitchers in the last 2 ball games and now into the third one just struggling to find a comfort zone out there. That caught the outside corner for a strike. Miller with a 1-1 pitch on the way, working a little faster. That one's fouled off and out of play. Runs the count to 1-2. Again, looking for his first out. He struck out Shelby Becker, but he got a board on a pass ball. and came around to score on that Nick Wolf 2-run home run. That one just misses on the outside corner, and you can see a little frustration for Reese Miller. Kind of threw his arms up. There's a swing for a strikeout. Got Amador on a fastball. So that's out number 1. Second strikeout for Reese Miller. You see it right here. Just a good bender. That drops. It's a tough one to catch up with. Kind of comes up at the letters and then just drops to your knees. That one's fouled off at the plate for Bonus, Steven, who had a good game in the first game today as well. Had a couple of hits. Bonus, the DH. Another breaker comes in there for a strike. Good movement for that for Reese. So he's ahead in the count, 0-2 on Bonus. Check swing. They see if he went around. They say he did. They tag him out, and so another strikeout. So that's out number 2. So again, you watch this one on the replay. Just breaks again from the numbers down below the knees and check swing. The third base umpire said he went around, and so that is strikeout number 3 for Reese Miller. There's a cut taken by Jake Chapman. He's down in the count, 0-1. Kingsville, though, 2-run home run in this inning from Nick Wolf. Good breaking ball. Got curved right in there for a strike. Chapman didn't agree, but that was a good breaking ball that came in. Nice movement on it from Reese Miller. That way inside for a ball. Runs the count to 1-2. Dalton Kramer on the on-deck circle. Should Chapman get aboard? 2 outs, 2 across for Kingsville. Top of the first, just underway here in game number 2. And check swing. They're going to appeal down to first, and he says he did not go around on that one. Paused before he made the call. But says, nah, I think he didn't. So that evens the count at 2-2. That one he got him swinging, though, for strike 3. So after giving up the 2-run home run, Reese Miller strikes out the side. And so 2 runs come across for the Javelinas on 1 hit. There were no errors in the inning. There was a pass ball, and no one left on base. We played half an inning. Kingsville with the lead, 2-0. We'll take a 1-minute timeout. Be back after this on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
WT student athletes drink low-fat chocolate milk post-workout because it helps replenish and restore muscles quickly to their peak potential. Scientific studies suggest that the immediate benefits of low-fat chocolate milk include boosted performance, improved training, and higher recovery rates in athletes. Add low-fat chocolate milk to your post-workout routine.
Go Bucks!
The best tailgates start with the best beef, and the best beef starts with Market Street. Market Street, where we do beef the best.
Well, bottom of the first inning here at Wilder Park. The Buffs, their first at-bat here in game number 2 of this doubleheader today. Buffs lost the first game by a count of 9-3. Lost yesterday's ball game 9-5. And right now they trail the Javelinas 2-0. As again, doing the damage is Nick Wolf, a 2-run home run in the top of the first inning. Got those 2 on the board. Nick has had 3 home runs in his last 4 at-bats. So coming out to pitch for the Javelinas, Robbie Spencer. The sophomore has a 3.60 earned run average. He's appeared in 1 game, started that game, pitched 5 innings, gave up 4 hits, 4 runs, 2 of those earned. He walked 3 and struck out 5. Batters are hitting .222 against him. Cameron Lloyd to lead things off for the Buffs, hitting .320. Cameron had a couple hits in the last game. Fouls this one off at the plate. So he's down in the count 0-1. Lady Buff, let me back that up. Lady Buff softball team won earlier today. Women's basketball lost their game over at Western New Mexico. That's driven down the left field line, fouling out of play. So Lloyd's down in the count 0-2. Lloyd settles back in, batting from the left side. Lloyd looks at a ball. The junior from Mansfield, Texas, played at Northeast Texas Community College. Batting from the left side, being the DH last night, and then the first game, and now the second game today in that leadoff hole. Lloyd settles in, ready. Batting from the left side. Spencer's pitch swung on towards second, and that's going to be a base hit. Seeing a single gets in there for Cameron Lloyd. He's aboard with a hit. And so there's the replay of that hit as it goes out to right field. So runner aboard is Cameron Lloyd. That brings up Ryan Johnson. Johnson batting .333 this season. First pitch is outside for a ball. Ryan ahead in the count 1-0. Robbie Spencer set to deliver. That hits Johnson. So hit batter puts Ryan aboard. And so runners at first and second for the Buffaloes. So Spencer from Portland, Texas. 6'6" sophomore. Good size. Getting set to face Adam Becker. Becker hitting .407. Batting from the right side, settles in, ready to go. 2 aboard for the Buffs, trailing 2-0. But a good opportunity for WT here in the bottom of the first. That's going to be high for a ball. Becker settles back in, ready to go. Open stance. Drives this one out to left field. Back, and gone. A 3-run home run from Adam Becker gets the Buffs offense going. As Becker able to drive that one over to the left field fence. Giving chase was Matthew Castro, but he run out of real estate as Adam Becker comes and pushes the Buffs in front 3-2 over the Javelinas. And that's to the home fans' delight as they are applauding the effort there by Adam Becker. So the Buffs lead at 3-2. And that'll bring up Corey Schmidt. Schmidt takes a big cut and comes up empty. Corey batting .263. His 20th plate appearance. That's going to be down in the dirt for a ball. Corey settles in, batting from the right side. Schmidt checks swing, gets away from the catcher. And that will run the count to 2-1 for Corey Schmidt. That one's just a little inside and high for a 3-1 count. Schmidt from Liberty Hill, Texas, 6'4", 200-pound junior, batting from the right side, facing the 6'6" Miller. Drives that one down the third baseline, fouling out of play. So that gets the count full at 3-2. Spencer gets the pitch, checks the wristband, now settles in, ready to go. About midway on the pitching rubber, maybe leaning toward the first base side a little bit. Good breaking ball, and that just a little high for ball 4. So Schmidt aboard with a walk. First walk issued. By Robbie Spencer, and that brings a quick visit to the mound. And so with that visit, have a conversation with Robbie Spencer, most likely about just kind of getting things going. There's nobody pitching in the bullpen, so nobody ready at all, with the Buffs leading 3-2. And again, Shelby Becker led off the game striking out, but a pass ball allowed him to get to first base. And then the next batter, Nick Wolf, hit a 2-run home run. And then from there, Reese Miller struck out the side to end the first inning. Here in the bottom of the first, a single from Cameron Loy. Ryan Johnson was hit by a pitch. Adam Becker, a 3-run home run. And now Corey Schmidt on at first with a walk. And that brings up Will Fenning, who looks at a pitch down low for a ball. Fenning settles back in, ready to go. That pitch is going to be high for a ball. So 2-0 the count on the Buffalo right fielder. This one's fouled off at the plate. So 1-2 count for Will Fenning. Shadows starting to creep in just a touch here at Wilder Park. Again, 59 degrees was our temperature at game time. This is going to be hit out into left center field, giving chase, and that one is gone. A 2-run shot for Will Fenning as he drove that to the 400 mark in left center field. So 2 runs come across for the Buffs on a 2-run home run from Will Fenning. And the Buffs now lead it 5-2. So Fenning gets a hold of one. Gets the congratulatory pat on the hat. And that'll bring up Eddie Savoy. Savoy settles in, ready to go. Batting from the right side, Savoy. 235 at the plate. Looks at a strike. Robbie Spencer. Evens the count at 1-1. Mike Manetta in the on-deck circle. shortstop for today's game. Check swing for Savoy. They say he went around, so that runs the count to 1-2. Eddie kind of upset with himself, wanted to pull back on that one. Fouls this one off at the plate, keeps the count at 1-2. Savoy, his 18th plate appearance, has 4 hits, scored a run. He's driven in 6 this season so far, 2 walks, strikeout, double. Sends this one down the third base line. That's fair, diving to pick it up. Amador, and not in time on the throw to first base. So Ramsey did a nice job, but he fell to the ground on trying to drive that one right at the bag. And so Eddie Savoy able to beat that one out as he gets an infield hit. That's the 4th hit for the Buffs. And that brings up Mike Manetta, shortstop, batting .455. And before that, we're going to have an argument with the first base umpire on the play. Home plate arm slowly walks his way down. But not overly thrilled with the call was Jason Gonzalez, who went out and voiced his displeasure. It was a bang-bang play. Ramsey Amador did a nice job, but Eddie Savoy able to beat that one out. Medetta settles in, batting from the left side. Looks at a pitch outside for ball 1. Again, Mike hitting .455. This is his 12th plate appearance. He has 5 hits. He's scored 4 runs. He's driven in 4. He's walked 3 times, struck out twice. Got a double, triple, and a home run. That pitch misses for ball 2. So settles in, ready to go. Drives this one toward the second baseman. That's in for a base hit. There's action now in the Kingsville bullpen. So back-to-back hits have runners at first and second for the Buffaloes. And that brings up Dave Jensen, today's catcher. So Jensen makes his way to the plate. Dave coming into this one today, batting .333. It's his 7th plate appearance. He has 2 hits. He's scored 3 runs. He's driven in a run. He's walked, struck out, and has a double so far this season. Shows bunt. That one's fouled off at the plate. No outs here in the bottom of the first inning. Buffs lead it 5-2. Dave Jensen is the 8th batter in the inning. Infield playing in, of course. So Jensen down on the count, 0-1. Robbie Spencer gets a new baseball. Slowly walks back to the hill. Again, got action in their bullpen, trying to get loose. Jensen settles in, batting from the right side. Shows bunt. And that one he did bunt. Here's the throw to first in time, and it looked like it hit him first, but it does advance the runners. So Jensen, we watched this one and see on the replay, it looked like it hit his helmet. I think that's what it hit. Maybe I'm wrong on that one, but got his hands up there. But anyway, a bunt out for out number 1 on the sacrifice. Advances Savoy to third and Mike Manetta to second base, and that brings up Brian Bailey. Comes to the plate, batting .200 on the season. Looks at a pitch inside. That got away from the catcher, from Nick Wolf. So Brian Bailey, junior from Lancaster, Texas. 5'9", 165-pound junior, settles in, batting from the right side. Good to see Brian play a couple of times last year. Pitch is going to be high and outside for a ball. So 2-0 the count on Bryant Bailey. Settles in, ready to go. That pitch inside corner misses for ball 3. So Bailey ahead in the count with first base open. Runners at second and third for the Buffs. 1 out. Bottom of the first inning. Buffs lead it 5-2. Bailey trying to help the cause here, facing Robbie Spencer. Spencer comes home with it. That's going to be out. So got the outside corner for a strike. Then he looks back in disbelief. He didn't hear him say anything. Now he's going to ask about where was it? Because I thought that was way outside. So he'll settle in, step back in the batter's box, gets ready to go. Beautiful afternoon here in Canyon. Not a cloud in the sky. Bailey ready to go. That's going to be high for ball 4. This time he'll take the walk. Second walk given up by Robbie Spencer. So we go back to the top of the order, and that's going to be Cameron Loy. But before that, we're going to have a pitching change, as that'll be it for Robbie Spencer. Just couldn't find it today for the Javelinas. He'll make the slow walk to the dugout. And we'll take a timeout as well. Buffs lead at 5-2, the bottom of the first. We'll be back after this 1-minute break on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
Delicious, refreshing, Pepsi.
The best tailgates start with the best beef, and the best beef starts with Market Street. Market Street, where we do beef the best.
We are Carpet Tech, and we are family. More than carpet cleaners, we're a team. Diving right in, not afraid to invest in our work and each other. We're killing it day in and day out, never shrinking from a challenge. Our people are 1 part passion, 1 part grit, and about a zillion parts awesome. And we are always looking to add to our family. So what are you waiting for?
Choosing the right countertops for your kitchen can be tricky. Nowadays, there are hundreds of colors, patterns, and textures and materials that range from natural to engineered stone. Marble Depot is here for you throughout every step of the process. And yes, we do have a lot of options that might make that decision a little harder, but we're also going to ask the right questions so that you get the most out of your investment. So come by our showroom and let us help create what you've been dreaming of.
Marco Martinez comes on in relief, the freshman for the Javelinas, 6'5" freshman from Monterrey, Mexico. Played at Cisco Junior College before coming to play for the Javelinas, and then he'll face Cameron Loy. Martinez, left-handed pitcher. First pitch misses for ball 1. Bases are loaded with Buffs. 10th batter in the inning, Cameron Loy, led off the game with a single and came around to score. Fouls this one off at the plate. Evens the count at 1-1. Loy settles in, batting from the left side. Again, no place to put the Buffs. Bases are full. That one's going to be outside for a ball. Runs the count to 2-1. Marco Martinez. pitched 2/3 of an inning so far this year. He's allowed one hit. This one's popped up back toward us and out of play. So no ERA so far this season for the freshman. So most likely this will be his, and is so far, his most extensive action for the Javelinas. Martinez settles in. Facing Loy, 2-1 the count. That one misses. I should have said that runs the count full at 3-2 because Loy fouled off a pitch. So 3-2 pitch for Cameron Loy. 1 out. Here in the bottom of the first, that's way outside for ball 4, and so Loy takes a walk. And that brings home another run for the Buffaloes as Eddie Savoy taps home plate. Mike Mineta over at third. Brian Bailey at second. And now Cameron Loy at first base, bringing up Ryan Johnson. Johnson was hit by a pitch his last at bat. Came around to score on that Adam Becker 3-run home run. So Johnson settles in, head in the count, 1-0. Ryan batting from the right side. Takes a cut, comes up empty on that fastball. Good pitch from Martinez. That evens the count at 1-1. 6-2, the Buffs lead this one. Bottom of the first inning. Home runs have been prevalent as the Javelinas got a 2-run shot from Nick Wolf to start things off in the top of the first. Adam Becker's had a 3-run home run. Will Finnings had a 2-run home run. There's a shot that's going out to right field. And coming up with that catch, throw into second base, but not before another run comes home as Mike Mineta will score, tagging up at third. He comes home on that fly ball by Ryan Johnson as he flies out to right for out number 2. Brian Bailey advances to third base on that as well. And that'll bring up Adam Becker. Becker comes up. Getting his last at bat was a 3-run home run. Becker settles in, ready to go. Looks at a pitch on the outside corner for a strike. Becker settles back in, ready to go. Breaking ball way outside for a ball. That evens the count at 1-1. Buffs lead this one 7-2. That's popped up down the right field line, and first baseman trying to find it. Shelby Becker finds it and pulls that one in for out number 3 as Adam Becker pops up to the first baseman for out number 3. But Buffs get 7 runs on 5 hits. There were no errors, and there was 2 left on base. We have played 1 inning, and the Buffs lead this one by a count of 7-2. We'll take a 1-minute timeout. We'll be back with the top of the second after this on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
Welcome to MediDrive Pharmacy. We greet you by name, and our pharmacists take the time to console you and answer all your questions. Our Health Mart Pharmacy specializes in serving our community with fast, friendly professional service and the highest quality of medicine and health products. We accept most insurance plans, including Medicaid and Medicare, and we offer free in-town delivery to your home or business. Come visit us for all your healthcare needs.
It's got the looks, the style, the performance. Your new car is everything you always dreamed of, and now it's here. First Financial Bank was happy to help put you behind the wheel with a new car loan at a competitive rate and fast, friendly, local approval. It's service that just comes naturally to us, much like a love of tradition comes naturally to you. First Financial Bank, you first. Member FDIC.
Welcome back to Wilder Field as we get set for the top of the second inning. And for the Javelinas, Dalton Creamer will lead things off, followed by Matthew Castro and Yvonne Durante. That's their 6, 7, and 8 batters in the lineup. Buffs lead this one 7-2. 7 runs on 5 hits. Javelinas 2 runs on 1 hit. That a 2-run home run from Nick Wolf. The bottom line, when Nick Wolf comes to the plate, just walk him. Make everybody else kind of get their bats warmed up. Kramer heading the count 2-0. Now looks at a 2-1 pitch. Didn't agree with it, but nevertheless. So 2 balls and a strike. That pitch is going to be outside for ball 3. The one thing for Reese Miller is he sat for a long time as the Buffs offense just exploded in the bottom of the first inning, and that one got a corner for a strike. So he runs the count full at 3-2. Miller. 2 runs on 1 hit. He struck out 4. And there's another strikeout for Reese Miller. And that'll bring up Matthew Castro as we watch the strikeout. And again, just a good break on that one. It's the 5th strikeout for Miller. That one misses outside for a ball. So Matthew Castro, the 67 batting average, takes a cut, comes up empty. That evens the count at 1-1. Castro settles in, ready to go, open stance. That one misses outside for ball 2. Bondurante in the on-deck circle for the Javelinas. Miller. Got Castro swinging on that one. So that runs the count even at 2-2. Top of the second inning. And there's a swing. And Castro is retired. 5 strikeouts in a row for Reese Miller. Watch this strikeout here. This just bends toward the corner. And I don't know, he thought, I guess, that the ball was dropped. He ran to first base, but they threw him out. Bondurante takes a swing. This one's fouled off and out of play. So 2 outs here in the top of the second inning. Durante, 214 batting average. That one comes inside. He thought it was going to hit him as he slowly got out of the way. But it missed, and that evens the count at 1-1. So 1-1 to count for the shortstop for the Javelinas. That's inside for ball 2. Miller comes home with it, and that's going to be fouled off at the plate. So that evens it up at 2-2. Garrett Thompson in the on-deck circle. Should Durante get aboard? Yvonne settles in, ready to go, batting from the right side. Fouls that one off at the plate. Good fastball. Couldn't catch up with it.
Let's get a close-up. 3 ready. 3, go. Stand by 1. 1 ready. 1 go.
This one's sky high to right center field. And Bailey runs underneath it, pulls that one in on a fly out to right center.
4 go. Okay, you can reset.
For out number 3, a 1-2-3 inning for the Buffs. Defensively, no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody on base. Played in an inning and a half. The Buffs lead it 7-2. We're back after this on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
Link is now Optimum with award-winning internet, TV, and mobile, giving you the power to get closer and go farther with speed and reliability. With our new 100% fiber internet we're building, together with Optimum Mobile, voted #1 in customer satisfaction, you'll get the complete connectivity you deserve. And when you combine Optimum's award-winning connectivity with our 24/7 customer service, your future is only a connection away.
Welcome back to Wilder Field as the Buffs now will make their way up for their second at bat here in the second inning. Corey Schmidt will lead things off, followed by Will Fenning and Eddie Savoy. So 4, 5, and 6 in the lineup for the Buffaloes. Schmidt, who got aboard on a walk and came around to score. His last at bat drives this one towards third base. Diving for it is the shortstop, Yvonne Durante, but he has no play. So Corey Schmidt gets aboard with a hit and gets on at first base. That'll bring up Will Fenning. Fenning, who hit a 2-run home run his last at bat. Fenning batting from the right side. To the pitch outside corner for a strike. Fenning batting .312. It's his 17th plate appearance this season. To the pitch low for a ball. Marco Martinez on in the second inning. Here he came in for a third of the inning in the first. Now on for the second inning of work. That's going to be outside for a ball. Marco from Monterrey, Mexico. Looks at the runner at first, then comes home with it inside. Gets away from Nick Wolf. But Corey Schmidt stays at first base. Runs the count to 3-1. Fenning ready to go. That one misses for ball 4, so a walk puts runners at first and second for the Buffaloes. It's the second walk given up by Marco Martinez. Eddie Savoy comes up. Eddie had a single his last at bat. Savoy also scored a run. 278 his batting average. Looks at a pitch on the outside corner for a strike. Savoy batting from the right side. It's out of Martinez. Runners at first and second. That one comes way inside, gets away from Nick Wolf, so the runners will advance on a wild pitch. So runners now at second and third for Eddie Savoy. Mike Manetta in the on-deck circle. So Savoy with a 1-1 count. Pops this one out into right center field. Sliding over, pulling in that one is the center fielder. That'll plate another run for the Buffaloes as Corey Schmidt comes home to score, tagging up as Eddie Savoy flies out to center field for out number 1. Gets a run batted in for that effort. That'll bring up Mike Manetta. Manetta, who singled his last at bat, came around to score. Mike batting .500. Looks at a strike. Manetta settles in, ready. Batting from the left side. Drives this one down the left field line, fouling out of play. So Mike's down in the count 0-2. He'll settle back in, ready to go, facing Marco Martinez. And takes a cut, comes up empty on that one. A good off-speed pitch. Got Manetta for out number 2. First strikeout for Marco. Watch on the replay here. Marco just kind of dropped the bottom out of that pitch as it came in on the left-hander and then just broke away. So that brings up Dave Jensen. Jensen looks at a strike. Dave had a sacrifice bunt his last at bat to move runners around. Jensen batting at .333. That gets away from the catcher, but nice job by Wolf to run it down to prevent Will Finning from coming around to score. Finning over at third base. Buffs lead at 8-2. Bottom of the second inning. This one's popped up and out of play. Jensen settles back in, ready to go. The senior catcher from the Netherlands. Played at Central Oklahoma. Batting from the right side. Pops this one up out into right, shallow right center field. Let's see who takes charge. The second baseman, Thompson, able to come over and pick that one up. So Jensen pops up to second for out number 3. But the Roughs do get a run on one hit. No errors in the inning and one left on base. We have played 2 complete. WT leads this one 8-2. We're back after this on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
In life, things aren't scripted.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
You can get a lot out of it.
It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
And welcome back to Wilder Field as the Buffs lead this one 8-2. We go to the top of the third inning. And for the Javelinas, it'll be Garrett Thompson to lead things off, the number 9 hitter. Then followed by Shelby Becker and Nick Wolf. So 9, 1, and 2. Facing Reese Miller. So Thompson makes his way to the plate, batting 200. And for Garrett Thompson, this will be his 11th at-bat this season. 2 hits so far this season. Scored 2 runs. Driven in a run. He's walked twice and struck out twice. And looks at ball 1 there. Thompson looks at a pitch inside for ball 2. Again, Miller got this set for another kind of long inning. That's in there for a strike. So 2 balls and a strike for Garrett Thompson. Way inside for ball 3. So runs the count to 3-1. Thompson settles back in. Got a strike on the inside corner. That runs the count full at 3-2. Thompson batting from the left side, settles back in, ready. Fouls this one off and out of play. Thompson from New Braunfels. He's a 5'10" junior for the Javelinas. Settles in, ready to go. And that one got the outside corner for strike 3. Thompson didn't believe it. But that is out number 1 and strikeout. As we watch the replay here, it's got the outside corner, and he thought he was on with a walk. That's the 7th strikeout for Reese Miller. And got Shelby Becker swinging. So Becker behind in the count 0-1. Leadoff man looks at a strike on the outside corner for strike 2. Miller beginning to picking the pace up just a little bit. This one's driven out to center field. Bailey will give chase. Comes over to the left center and pulls that one in for an out. So that's out number 2. That'll bring up Nick Wolf. So Wolf, who had a 2-run home run in his last at-bat. In fact, his last 3 at-bats have been home runs today. That one's outside for a ball. Wolf, who has driven in 9 runs for the Javelinas, all told so far today. So the pitch outside. Reese being a little more selective on placement. So Wolf ahead in the count, 2-0. Comes to the inside corner for a strike. So 2 balls and a strike for Nick Wolf. Drives this one down the third baseline, fouling out of play. So it evens the count at 2-2. Wolf settles in, batting from the left side. That comes way inside. Let's see, did they say that hit him? So I guess they are going to say that hit him. So he was hit by a pitch. Let's kind of watch that on the replay. It came inside. That didn't look, I think he sold that fairly well as he's down at first base. And that'll bring up Ramsey Amador, the sophomore third baseman, will settle in, ready to go. Ramsey from Edinburgh, went to Wharton Community College. Settles in, batting from the right side. Ramsey batting .364, looks at a breaking ball. It's just inside too much for ball one. Buffs lead this 8-2 here in the top of the third. Check swing is they're going to appeal and say that is a strike. So that evens the count at 1-1. Amador will settle back in. Pretty much an even stance. Now opens it up. And that one hits him. So back-to-back hit batsman has runners at first and second. So Miller gets a new baseball, walks back to the pitching rubber. And that'll bring up Stephen Bonus. Bonus settles in, ready to go, batting from the left side. Stephen batting .318. Struck out his last at bat. Looks at a pitch way inside for a ball. This one hit right up the middle and trying to dive for it. Manetta couldn't come up with it. One run will come around to score. And so Nick Wolf able to get home on that one. Again, selling the being hit by a pitch got him around to score as Bonus on a single right up the middle. Drives in a run. And so it makes it an 8-3 ball game. So runners at first and second. Amador at second. Bonus at first. Brings up Jake Chapman. Chapman batting .333, batting from the right side. Struck out his last at bat. Looks at a pitch way outside for ball one. Reese Miller. So look at the runner at second base. Comes home with it. That's outside for ball two. Kind of dropping that arm angle a little bit. Sweeping pitch. Just goes to the outside and really has a lot of movement. And that's going to bring Corey Hall out to talk to Reese just for a second. So they want to discuss. Nobody really working that I can see in the Buffs bullpen. Just kind of getting Reese back on the same page. Looking around at some other scores from around the Lone Star Conference. In baseball, as we wait for the page to catch up, Lubbock Christian beat Texas Permian Basin 16-2 today. Lubbock Christian softball beat Chadron State. UT Tyler beat A&M International in basketball 81-72. Lady Buffs lose to Western New Mexico 59-52. Some of the scores from around the LSC. That pitch is high for Jake Chapman. Runs the count to 3-0. Reese Miller just trying to get back in a groove. That is inside for ball four, so a walk loads the bases for the Javelinas. First walk given up by Reese Miller today. That'll bring up Dalton Kramer. Kramer looks at ball. So 1-0 count for Dalton Kramer. Dalton with a .286 batting average from the left side looks at ball 2. Top of the third. That was in there for a strike. So 2 balls and a strike on the center fielder for the Javelinas. Kramer pops this one up and out of play. Kramer from Devine, Texas, sophomore. Settles in, batting from the left side, 2-2 pitch, driven down the left field line, foul and out of play. Oh, no, they say that did fall in fair, so that got the right corner. And Kramer clears a couple of runners and cuts the Buff lead to 8. Now they're checking with a home plate umpire. They're going to see here real quick. Here's the replay. If it goes out, let's see if it looked. Couldn't tell from our angle whether that was foul or not, and that's what the umpires are getting together to see. I don't know that anybody saw it. It looked from where our angle is that it would have been foul. And that's what Matt Vandenberg's asking. Can't tell from our angle, so they're going to say that it was a 2-run double for Kramer. So he gets aboard at second base. 2 runs come across. And so that brings up Castro. Matthew Castro settling in from the right side. Cuts the Buff lead to 8-5. Miller in the windup comes home with it, swinging. Castro comes up empty. So it evens the count at 1-1. Castro struck out his last at bat. Castro settles in. Takes a swing and comes up empty. Only one, well, 2 outs here in the inning. 8-5. Buffs with the 3-run lead now. 2 runners aboard. Reese Miller trying to get out of a jam, and this one's hit out to left center field, giving chase. Bailey able to reach up and pull that one in. Man, they had to reach and sprint back there, but got Castro to fly out to center field for out number 3. 8 batters went to the plate in that inning for the Javelinas, and they are able to get 3 runs on 2 hits. No errors in the inning and 2 left on base. We have played 2.5. Buffs lead at 8-5. We'll be back after this on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
Welcome to Shimon Dental Group, where every day we're excited to see our patients and treat them like family.
We are dedicated to providing you with the highest quality care in a friendly and comfortable environment. Shimon Dental Group's patient-focused philosophy puts your needs front and center.
We are constantly investing in leading-edge technology. Innovations that speed the treatment process and improve aesthetics. We're expanding the breadth of our cosmetic and restorative services through training to provide the best possible outcomes.
Just with the level of commitment that they show to taking care of my family and I, it's absolutely unmatched in this town. So I've been very, happy with them.
Brightening smiles for more than 3 decades.
Contact Shim and Dillon Group for your appointment today.
Well, as is the case a lot of times, the player that made a great stretch for a catch for an out is the first guy up to bat, and that's Brian Bailey. Bailey comes up and looks at strike one from Marco Martinez. That one's checked swing, fouled off at the plate. So Bailey behind in the count 0-2. Got a board on a walk, his last at bat. That was the last at bat for Robbie Spencer before he was replaced by Marco Martinez. That one misses outside for a ball. So 1-2 the count for Brian Bailey. Lancaster Jr. settles in, batting from the right side. Pops this one up and out of play. Keeps the count at 1-2. Bailey settles in, ready to go. Pretty much a closed stance. Outside that, misses for a ball. So that evens the count at 2-2. Bailey pops this one up down the right field line, giving chase. Second baseman able to get underneath it. And Garrett Thompson able to pull that one in for an out. So that is out number one, and we go to the top of the order. Cameron Loy will come up for the Buffaloes. Loy, who is 1 for 1 at the plate in this ball game. He's been up twice. He's singled and scored a run, walked his last at bat, and looks at a strike here in the bottom of the third inning. Lloyd to be fouled by Ryan Johnson. Pops this one right back at us. So that evens the count at 1-1. Eight to 5. Buffs 8 runs on 6 hits. Javelinas 5 runs on 3 hits. Martinez. 1-2 pitch on the way. Swung on, good off-speed pitch, and that got Loy swinging on that. So that is his second strikeout of the ball game. Watch on the replay. The big left-hander comes in, and that one just bends. That'll bring up Ryan Johnson. Ryan was hit by a pitch, then flew out to right field in the first inning. Looks at a pitch right at the knees for a strike. So Marco Martinez beginning to get in a groove as well. That one's down in the dirt for a ball. Evens the count at 1-1. So the 1-1 pitch from Martinez on the way. That's driven out to left field. Giving chase is Castro out in left field, and he's able to glove that one and pull it in for out number 3. So a 1-2-3 inning for Marco Martinez. As the Buffs, no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody on base or left on base. We have played 3 complete. Buffs lead this one 8-5 as we go to the top of the 4th inning. First this break, though, on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
In life, things aren't scripted.
If you're an athlete, We need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
You can get a lot out of it.
It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
Von Durante will lead things off for the Javelinas here as we head to the top of the fourth inning. Durante, who has flown out to center field back in the second inning, will lead things off here in the fourth. First pitch swinging right up the middle as he sends that to center field. So Durante wasn't wasting any time. Took the first offering. And Buff's kind of lackadaisical in throwing the ball in, and so Durante takes advantage of it and scampers down to second base. Not sure what all happened there, but the Buffs just couldn't really get that one to come in the way they needed it to, so Durante at second for Garrett Thompson. Thompson struck out his last at bat. Looks at a pitch on the outside corner that misses for ball one. Miller working here in the fourth. That one's fouled off at the plate. Miller, who has struck out 7 in the ball game, only walked 1. 1-1 pitch to Garrett Thompson on the way, and that's swung on. Runs the count to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Thompson batting .182 on the season. With runners in scoring position, he's batting .167. And that is a great strike that just bent in there. So that's the 8th strikeout for Miller, and that is out number 1. We go to the top of the order, and that's going to be Shelby Becker, who will make his way up. Watch this pitch right here. Just breaks. I mean, it just dropped. The bottom drops out of that one. Kind of has a bend to it as well. So Shelby Becker, who has struck out, looks at strike 1. He's also flown out to center field. And I say he struck out in the first, but he got on base and came around to score on a 2-run home run from Nick Wolf. Here's one driven up the middle. Manetta can't get to it. And that'll play to run for the Javelinas as Evan Durante comes around to score on the hit by Shelby Becker. Becker over at first base drives in a run. As we watch this one right up the middle, Manetta tries to get to it, but just can't. And that plates another run for the Javelinas. They cut the gap to 2 runs. They now trail 8-6 to the Buffaloes here in the top of the 4th. That pitch is outside. Nick Wolf. Wolf has been hit by a pitch, hit a 2-run home run. He scored twice here in this ball game. Drives this one out into right field for a base hit. Fenning comes up with it and gets it in quickly. So back-to-back hits for the Javelinas. They've had 3 hits in the inning. Here's some action in the WT bullpen. Watch this one, and that's just Wolf, who has been great at the plate today. 3 home runs. Has 4 hits on the day. Ramsey Amador now up, and that one hits him, and so he'll walk down to first base. That loads the bases for the Buffs. That is the 3rd hit batsman by Reese Miller. So that'll bring up Stephen Bonus, Bonus, who had a hit in his last at bat. Time called. Corey Hall comes, and he may be making a pitching change, and that is going to be the case as Reese Miller pitching here in the 4th inning. So he'll go 3 1/3 innings in this one. He's allowed 8 hits and has given up 6 runs in the ball game. Excuse me, he's given up 6 hits in this one. So Reese Miller makes the way out as we go to the bullpen. Again, pitched 3 1/3 innings. He's allowed 6 hits, 6 runs. He's walked 1. He's struck out 8, and he's hit 3 batters. We'll take a timeout. We'll do so and come back after this on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
The best tailgates start with the best beef, and the best beef starts with Market Street. Market Street, where we do beef the best.
Beef in the heart of Texas. The prairie dry.
Bud Light, proudly brewed
In the heart of Texas.
Since 1910, WT and the Department of Agricultural Sciences has provided high-quality education to the students of the Panhandle and beyond.
At WT, professors know me and are committed to my success.
If you want to get an ag industry job, WT is where you need to be.
I don't want just a job and a paycheck after graduation. I want a career.
Well, welcome back. Pringle comes on to pitch, and Gavin's first pitch is going to be ball 1. Facing Stephen Bonus with the bases full of Javelinas. That's going to be outside for ball 2. Pringle pitched in the last ball game today. Misses on the outside corner for ball 3. So no place to put Buns. He's got to come home with this one. 8-6. 1 out here in the top of the 4th. And that one misses for ball 4, and that brings home another run. So that cuts the lead to 8-7. That'll bring up Jake Chapman. Base is still full of Javelinas. Chapman, who has walked and struck out, settles in ready to go. Batting from the right side, gets a strike. Gavin Prinkle from Duncan, British Columbia, comes home with it, and that one gets past the catcher. And that'll play another run to tie this one up at 8. So runners now at second and third on that pass ball. Evens the count at 1-1. You can see it right here. Just low and just got away from Dave Jensen. Just couldn't come up with it. This one's fouled out of play. Runs the count to 1-2 on Jake Chapman. Runners at second and third. We're tied at 8. 8 runs for the Javelinas on 6 hits. 8 runs for the Buffs on 6 hits. And there's a check swing strikeout. That's exactly what Pringle needed. Chapman has struck out for the second time today. First strikeout for Pringle. And that'll bring up Dalton Kramer. You watch the strikeout here, boom. Kind of at the letters and then just drops a little. And Jake Chapman just couldn't catch up to it. That pitch is in there for a strike. Is Pringle now beginning to get into a groove? Kramer, who has struck out and doubled in the ball game, settles in ready to go. That one's going to be outside for a ball. Kramer batting .375, 1 for 2 at the plate today. It's driven in 2, though. A double helped to bring home 2 runs. That's high for a ball. So 2 balls and a strike. Dalton Kramer. Evan Pringle takes a look in, comes home with it. Inside for a ball. Runs the count to 3-1. Pringle gets the set, comes home with it. And Kramer takes a cut, comes up empty. So that runs the count to 3-2. So 2 outs here in the 4th in a tie ball game. And got Kramer to strike out to end the inning. So 8 players go to the plate, though, in that 4th inning, as the Javelina is able to get 3 runs on 3 hits. No errors in the inning and 2 left on base. We have played 3.5. We're tied at 8-8 between both the Buffs and the Javelinas. We'll take a timeout, be back after this on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
Welcome to MediDrive Pharmacy. We greet you by name, and our pharmacists take the time to console you and answer all your questions. Our Health Mart Pharmacy specializes in serving our community with fast, friendly professional service and the highest quality of medicine and health products. We accept most insurance plans, including Medicaid and Medicare, and we offer free in-town delivery to your home or business. Come visit us for all your health care needs.
It's got the looks, the style, the performance. Your new car is everything you always dreamed of, and now it's here. First Financial Bank was happy to help put you behind the wheel with a new car loan at a competitive rate and fast, friendly, local approval. It's service that just comes naturally to us, much like a love of tradition comes naturally to you. First Financial Bank, you first. Member FDIC.
Well, welcome back. A pitching change for the Javelinas. Here's we go to the bottom of the fourth inning. Hunter Klossel comes in for the first opportunity of the ball game from Shiner, Texas. Played at Coastal Bend College, the 6'3" right-hander. The redshirt junior for the Javelinas. And he'll get set to face the 3, 4, and 5 batters for the Buffaloes. Adam Becker, followed by Corey Schmidt and Will Finning. So Becker will make his way to the plate. Shadows beginning to engulf right behind home plate just a little bit. Won't be too long till home plate will be in the shadows. Becker, first pitch is from Hunter Klossel. Klossel, this is his fourth inning of work. Pitch got the outside corner for a strike, evens the count at 1-1. Klossel's allowed 1 hit, 1 run. He's walked 1. Misses on that one. That runs the count to 2-1. And taking a swing and coming up empty was Adam Becker on a good off-speed pitch that evens the count at 2-2. Becker settles back in. Klossel comes home with it, and that's going to be outside for a ball. Runs the count full at 3-2. So Becker, then Schmidt, then Finning. 3, 4, and 5 in the batting order for the Buffaloes, and an 8-8 ball game. Both teams with 8 runs, both teams with 6 hits. Becker drives this one, high fly ball out to left field, and that one may be out of here. A solo home run for Adam Becker as he gives the Buffs back the lead 9-8 over the Javelinas. So just skying that one. Second home run of the ball game for Becker. He had a 3-run shot in the first, so he's accounted for 4 runs driven in today. So the Buffs lead at 9-8. And watch this as Becker just slams this one out into left field. And again, that one just got up in the jet stream and took it rolled out as well. So the Buffs back in front 9-8. Corey Schmidt, who has singled, walked, and scored twice in this one, looks at a strike. So he's down in the count 0-2. Schmidt settles in ready to go. That pitch is outside for a ball. That's outside again for a ball. So that evens the count at 2-2 for Corey. Schmidt batting .300 on the season. Drives this one high down the left field line, but that looks playable. Circling underneath it is Castro, as that held up in the wind for a long time. So Schmidt flies out to left field for out number 1. That'll bring up Will Finning. Finning has a home run and has walked in this one today. Finning batting .312 on the season. This is his 17th plate appearance. Will 1 for 1 at the plate today. Of course, with that 2-run home run, looks at a pitch on the outside corner for a strike. Eddie Savoy in the on-deck circle. One out here in the bottom of the 4th inning. That one is fouled off and out of play. So Klossel ahead in the count 0-2. Finning settles back in, batting from the right side, ready to go. Pitch outside for a ball. Runs the count to 1-2. Fenning settles back in, ready to go. That's going to be low for a ball. So that evens the count at 2-2. Fenning drives this one out the left field, and that one may be gone, and that is. So Will Fenning has his second home run of the day and pushes the Buff lead to 10-8. Fenning got a hold of that one. Crosses home plate. And Fenning on a long shot. Watch this one right here as he, again, just like Adam Becker, sends this one almost to the same spot. And nothing for Castro to do. We'll watch that one sail over the fence. Pitch now for Eddie Savoy is down low for a ball. Those baseballs are hit out there by where my car is. I'm going to see if I can find some home run balls here after this ball game. That one misses for ball 2. So 2-0 for Eddie Savoy. Savoy batting .278. Looks at a strike on the outside corner. Savoy, who has singled and scored, also flown out to center field, drives this one to the shortstop. Just a line shot that Durante did not have to move on. So that's out number 2 for the Buffs. That'll bring up Mike Mineta. Mineta singled and struck out today. Scored a run. Mike batting .462. Settles in to face Klossel, who throws a strike in there on the outside corner. Mineta settles in, ready to go. Misses on that one, so that evens the count at 1-1. Hunter Klossel on in relief here as he came in at the top of the 4th inning. Should say the bottom of the 4th inning. Come in for the at-bats for the Buffs. Throws that one down low for ball 2. So Mineta ahead in the count, 2-1. That's outside for ball 3. So 3-1 for Mineta. Mineta sends this towards the second baseman. Thompson throws it over to first in time for the putout. And so Mike Mineta is retired 4-3 for out number 3. But the Buffs do get 2 runs on 2 hits. There were no errors in the inning and no one left on base. We have played 4 complete. The Buffs lead at 10-8. We'll take a timeout and be back after this on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
This is a walk-on athlete. They train longer, put their heart into the game. This is the passion we're built on. It's why we put our heart into creating game day with a taste of Louisiana. Walk-ons, we live for this.
Jenkins Doors and Windows began serving the Texas Panhandle in 1927, and we take pride in being a part of your neighborhood. We don't use false promises or gimmicks. We simply offer quality doors and windows at a fair price, and we stand behind every sale. Jenkins is family-owned and operated, and proudly continues the traditions of quality and excellence that started over 80 years ago. Call us at 372-4336 or stop by our showroom at 820 West 6th and let our knowledgeable staff help you pick out the perfect doors and windows for your home.
Well, welcome back as the WT Buffaloes have 2 home runs in the bottom of the 4th to regain the lead. They lead now 10-8. Buffs 10 runs on 8 hits. Javelinas 8 runs on 6 hits. Gavin Pringle comes out to start things off here in the top of the 5th inning. And he will face Matthew Castro, Von Durante and Grant Thompson, the 7, 8, 9 batters in the lineup for the Javelinas. First pitch is going to be low for a ball. Castro batting .059. Still looking for a hit in this one. And his bat goes sailing. Did they call it foul? I guess they did. They're going to throw to first base just in case. But that bat went flying. And now Matt Vandenberg is going to ask what's the call because he didn't hear anybody say foul ball. That one looked like a full swing bunt is what it looked like. So it looked at it. I think Matt Vandenberg's correct. It was a full swing bunt, but the bat went flying. Umpires don't get together on that one. We'll watch it again on the replay. But again, that to me was a full swing bunt that went down the right field line, and Gavin Pringle able to pick that up and throw to first, but they say it was a foul ball. So instead, it runs the count to 1-1. And there's a strike for strike 2 on Matthew Castro. You could kind of hear Coach Vandenberg was not happy with the call. Said it was unbelievable as he walked back, and there's a strikeout as Castro goes out and strikes to Pingle. It's his third strikeout. Buffs had 11 strikeouts in this ball game. That'll bring up as you watch it right here. Got that third strikeout. That pitch just dropped on the outside corner. Von Durante makes his way up. Durante from Juarez, Mexico, played at El Paso Community College. Fouls that one off at the plate. He is a 6'1", redshirt junior. Durante settles in, ready to go, batting from the right side. That pitch is outside for a ball. Evens the count at 1-1. That one misses for ball 2. 2 balls and a strike. Shadows encroaching on the infield here now at Wilder Park. This one's popped up into right field, giving chase. Oh, what a diving play by Will Fenning. Fenning came a long way. He was deep in right field and just sprinted up to get that one. Eddie Savoy wasn't back far enough, and so you watch the replay here. Fenning, that one sky high in the air. And you just watch Fenning come in out of the picture right there and just dives for it, able to pull that one in. So that's out number 2. That'll bring up Garrett Thompson, who has struck out twice today. Looks at strike 1. Thompson, batting from the left side, settles in, ready to go, batting 167. There's another cut coming up empty. So no 2 count on Garrett Thompson. He'll settle back in, batting from the left side, ready to go. That one misses high and outside for a ball. 10-8 our score. Buffs regained the lead in the bottom of the 4th after the Javelinas came back to tie it up. This one's popped up out to center field. Scramble for it, and nice job by Bailey. He comes on to pull that one in for out number 3. So a 1-2-3 inning for Gavin Pringle. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody on base. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Buffs lead this one 10-8. We're back after this on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
Energy is a glowing sphere of hot gas. It's an ocean of air. And at Excel Energy, we make it safe. It's why we train first responders, help you identify where utility lines are buried. Sir, do not dig there. And it's why we study the flight paths of majestic golden eagles before we build a wind farm. Safer energy, people. It's all part of a carbon-free 2050. You, us, together.
Choosing the right countertops for your kitchen can be tricky. Nowadays, there are hundreds of colors, patterns, and textures and materials that range from natural to engineered stone. Marble Depot is here for you throughout every step of the process. And yes, we do have a lot of options that might make that decision a little harder, but we're also going to ask the right questions so that you get the most out of your investment. So come by our showroom and let us help create what you've been dreaming of.
Well, on the pitch, Hunter Klossel still stays out there for the UT-Kingsville Javelinas. They trail in this one 10-8 as we go to the bottom of the fifth inning. Buffalo's able to get 2 home runs in that fourth. Adam Becker and Will Fenning able to hit almost back-to-back. There was one in between. They both went to almost the same spot. Then, of course, we had some excitement there in the top of the fifth. Matt Castro, who looked like he had a full swing bunt, but the bat went flying down the left field line. Matt Vandenberg questioned the call as it was called a foul ball, and he thought sure that was a full swing bunt that went out in fair territory, and still had some conversations with the home plate umpire here in between innings. So Dave Jensen will lead things off. Now check it. It will be Evan Leibel who will come in relief as the catcher. So Evan will get the lead off here against Klossel and looks at ball one. Leibel comes in with a .375 batting average. Looks at a ball for high pitch for ball two. He'll be followed by Brian Bailey and then Cameron Lowe. That pitch is in there for a strike. Runs the count to 2-1. Lights beginning to come on here at Wilder Park. Shadows kind of covering third base, almost to first base, covering home plate. Leibel takes a big cut, comes up empty. That evens the count at 2-2. Bottom of the fifth inning. Evans settles in, ready to go, batting from the left side. Fouls this one on the off-speed pitch, out of play. Evan Leibel will settle back in, batting from the left side, facing Hunter Klossel. Klossel. And that was down in the dirt. So that evens there. Should run the count full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Leibel, well, a check swing on that one. Pulled it back at the last second. So Leibel settles in, ready to go. That one way inside for ball 4. So Klossel has a walk. Gets his first of the ball game. And Evan Leibel will make his way down to first base. And that'll bring up Brian Bailey. Bailey batting 167. Popped up to the second baseman. His bat lasted back in the third. Walked in the first. Was left stranded over third base. Bailey settles in, ready to go, batting from the right side. Bryant shows bunt, pulls the bat back. They called a strike on that one. He didn't get a bat in time. So 0-1 count. Everybody charging from the corners on that one. Bailey readies himself, ready to go. Shows bunt again, but that one time he does pull it back, so that evens the count at 1-1. Brian Bailey settles in, shows bunt, pulls it back. 2 balls and a strike. Hunter Klossel trying to pitch on the outside corner. Bailey settles back in, ready to go. Leibel at first base. Pulls the bat back. That's ball 3. So 3-1 the count now for Bailey. Then we go to the top of the order. Cameron Loy in the on-deck circle. Bailey ready to go. Pitch. Misses outside for ball 4. So back-to-back walks. Have 2 runners aboard for the Buffaloes. And that'll bring up Cameron Loy, who struck out his last at-bat, has walked and singled today. Loy batting .333 on the season. Loy settles in, batting from the left side. Shows bunt, and then brings it back. Runners at first and second. Third baseman not really coming in on this one. Infield playing in. That one hit Loy. And so that'll load the bases as that one came inside. So bases are full for the Buffs. You watch this on the replay. He showed bunt, and then it came in. Pulled the bat back, and it got hit by the pitch. And so that'll bring up Ryan Johnson with the bases full. Infield still playing in with no outs here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Johnson looks at a strike on the outside corner. Johnson flew out to left field his last at bat. Flew out to right field and has been hit by a pitch in this ball game. Pitch is outside for a ball. Johnson settles in, ready to go. Drives this one out into right field. And that pulling that one in is the right fielder, but tagging up to come on in is Evan Leibel. So another run comes across for the Buffs. Ryan Johnson flies out to right for out number 1. And that'll bring up Adam Becker with runners at first and second, and a run across for the Buffaloes. They lead it now 11-8. And there's going to be a visit to the mound for Hunter Klossel. And that may be all that is. They're going to have a pitching change for the Javelinas. So with a pitching change, we'll take a timeout as well. The Buffs lead this one 11-8. We'll be back after this on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
Energy is a glowing sphere of hot gas. It's an ocean of air. And at Excel Energy, we make it safe. It's why we train first responders. Help you identify where utility lines are buried. Sir, do not dig there. And it's why we study the flight paths of majestic golden eagles before we build a wind farm. Safer energy, people. It's all part of a carbon-free 2050. You, us, together.
Went for a onside kick. Landed on my knee pretty hard and ended up fracturing my femur. I ended up having to go back and have surgery. Even the day after I had surgery, I was back in the clinic here. It's nice to have people help me rehab at a caliber of what I'm used to feeling like I can do. One thing that I really liked was having the access to the turf, because that's what I'm used to playing on. Now, I mean, it feels like nothing had ever happened. You have a choice of where you can go. This is one of the best places in Amarillo.
Since 1910, WT and the Department of Agricultural Sciences has provided high-quality education to the students of the Panhandle and beyond.
At WT, professors know me and are committed to my success.
If you want to get an ag industry job, WT is where you need to be.
I don't want just a job and a paycheck after graduation. I want a career where I can make a difference.
WT invested in my career. I intend to pay it forward.
Welcome to Shimon Dental Group, where every day we're excited to see our patients and treat them like family. We are dedicated to providing you with the highest quality care in a friendly and comfortable environment. Shimon Dental Group's patient-focused philosophy puts your needs front and center.
We are constantly investing in leading-edge technology. Innovations that speed the treatment process and improve aesthetics. We're expanding the...
Well, welcome back. Adam Becker gets set for his at-bat against the new pitcher, Matt Vasquez. Tell you about Matt here momentarily. The left-hander gets set to throw the first pitch. That's going to be in there for a strike. Adam Becker, who home run his last at-bat, has 2 home runs. He's 2 for 3 at the plate today. Becker settles in, got runners at first and second. 1 out for the Buffs. That's way outside for a ball. Matt Vasquez has pitched in 2 innings this season. He has walked 1, struck out 3. No earned run average as of yet. Becker batting from the right side, facing the left-hander. It's going to be outside for a ball. Runs the count to 2-1. Matt Vasquez, a senior from Atacota, Texas. Went to Richland College. Outside for ball 3. Trying to be very careful here with the Lone Star Conference preseason player of the year. So 3 balls and a strike. Becker settles back in, ready to go, batting from the right side. Runners at first and second for the Buffs. They lead it 11-8 here in the bottom of the 5th inning. That's outside for ball 4. That's the 7th walk given up by pitching for the Javelinas today. Becker aboard at first, so that loads the bases for Corey Schmidt. Schmidt, who flew out to left field his last at-bat, has singled and also walked. He scored twice today for the Buffaloes. First baseman settles in, batting from the right side, batting .286. That's way inside. So ball 1 on that pitch. Schmidt settles in, ready to go. That pitch got the outside corner for a strike, and he shakes his head, yep. That was a good pitch. Kind of one of those you want to pull the trigger on and then don't and wish you would have. Schmidt settles back in. Batting from the right side, that's going to be swung on and coming up empty. So 1 ball and 2 strikes for the Buffalo first baseman. Will Finning in the on-deck circle. Schmidt settles in, ready to go. Again, bases are full. It's going to be outside for a ball. That evens the count at 2-2. Ryan Bailey over at third base. Cameron Lowe at second. Adam Becker at first. That's going to be low for a ball. So that runs the count full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. 11-8, the Buffs lead this one. Bottom of the 5th inning. Second game of a doubleheader. And coming up short is Corey Schmidt as he strikes out. That's out number 2. First strikeout for Matt Vasquez. You watch it right here. Got that about waist high, and Schmidt just couldn't catch up to that fastball. And that'll bring up Will Fenning. Fenning, like Adam Becker, 2 home runs, and he's walked. He scored twice today. So outside corner for a strike. That's exactly where Nick Wolf was set up. Matt Vasquez, the 4th pitcher for the Javelinas. One's going to be low for a ball. Should Fenning get aboard, Eddie Savoy in the on-deck circle. 2 outs here. Runs come across for the Buffs, trying to add to it with the bases loaded. It's going to be outside for a ball. So 2 balls and a strike for Will Fenning. That's going to be outside for a ball. So 3 balls and a strike for Fenning. But Vasquez will have to come home with it on this one. No place to put Fenning. Bases are full. Takes a long look in. Fouled off at the plate. No, they say that one was a pass ball. May have even hit him. So Fenning will make his way to first base. That'll bring home a run. So Brian Bailey comes home for the 12th run of the ball game for the Buffaloes. They lead it now 12-8. And that'll bring up Eddie Savoy. Now the coaching staff, Jason Gonzalez comes out and talks to the home plate umpire, he and Nick Wolf. And Nick Wolf was complaining, said he was not hit. He took a swing and come up empty. If anything, the bat hit it and he fouled it off. But umpire says, no, that hit him. And so Will Fenning over at first base. Buffs get another run, and that brings up Eddie Savoy. Savoy, who lined out to the shortstop, his last at bat. 1 for 3 at the plate today. Looks at a strike on the outside corner. Eddie, the 8th batter here in the lineup, in this inning, I should say, for the Buffaloes. They've sent 8 to the plate. It's low for a ball. That evens the count at 1-1. Shadows about to engulf the entire infield here at Wilder Park. Lights are on. That's on the outside corner for a strike. So for Eddie Savoy, a 1-2 count. He chokes up, moves a little closer to home plate. It's going to be outside for a ball. That evens the count at 2-2. Matt Vasquez on in relief. The 4th pitcher used by the Javelinas. That's low for ball 3. So that runs the count full. 3 balls and 2 strikes for Eddie Savoy from Montreal. Settles in, batting from the right side. And that is low for ball 4. That'll walk in a run. So Savoy gets aboard, drives in another run. As Cameron Lowy comes home. So the Buffs now lead it 13-8 And that's going to bring out our pitching change for the Javelinas. They're going to go with their fifth pitcher in this one today. So that you can close the book on Matt Vasquez. And Mike Mineta will be due up for the Buffs. We'll take a timeout. We'll do so with this pitching change. But first, this break on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
Delicious, refreshing, Pepsi.
The best tailgates start with the best beef, and the best beef starts with Market Street. Market Street, where we do beef the best.
We are Carpet Tech, and we are family. More than carpet cleaners, we're a team. Diving right in, not afraid to invest in our work and each other. We're killing it day in and day out, never shrinking from a challenge. Our people are 1 part passion, 1 part grit, and about a zillion parts awesome. And we are always looking to add to our family. So what are you waiting for?
Choosing the right countertops for your kitchen can be tricky. Nowadays, there are hundreds of colors, patterns, and textures and materials that range from natural to engineered stone. Marble Depot is here for you throughout every step of the process. And yes, we do have a lot of options that might make that decision a little harder, but we're also going to ask the right questions so that you get the most out of your investment. So come by our showroom and let us help create what you've been dreaming of.
Well, new pitcher for the Javelinas and a new batter for the Buffaloes as Dylan Fesperman comes in for his first plate appearance. And first pitch swinging sends it out to left field. And sliding under, it's Castro is able to get under it and pull that one in for out number 3 as Festerman flies out. He was the 9th batter in that inning, facing Matthew Sessler. And so for the Buffaloes, they're able to get 3 runs on 8 hits. I should say no hits in that inning. They got 8 hits in the ballgame. They primarily, a lot of guys were walked. No errors in the inning and 3 left on base. We have played 5 complete. The Buffs lead at 13-8. We'll head to the top of the 6th, but first this break on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
Welcome to Shimon Dental Group, where every day we're excited to see our patients and treat them like family. We are dedicated to providing you with the highest quality care in a friendly and comfortable environment. Shimon Dental Group's patient-focused philosophy puts your needs front and center.
We are constantly investing in leading-edge technology. Innovations that speed the treatment process and improve aesthetics. We're expanding the breadth of our cosmetic and restorative services through training to provide the best possible outcomes.
Just with the level of commitment that they show to taking care of my family and I, it's absolutely unmatched in this town, so I've been very happy with them.
Brightening smiles for more than 3 decades.
Contact Shimon Dental Group for your appointment today.
Well, welcome back to Wilder Park as we get set to start the top of the 6th inning. And top of the order, Shelby Becker to lead things off for the Javelinas. New catcher is Evan Leibel for the Buffaloes. New shortstop, I believe it's Seth Ochoa. We'll double check and make sure that's correct. Pitch is in there for a strike. So that runs the count to 0-2 on Becker. That pitch is high and tight for ball 1. So still pitching, Gavin Pringle working here. He's pitched an inning and 2/3 in this ball game. Working here into the 6th inning. Got Becker to swing at a foul ball, and that one's knocked away. Keeps the count at 1-2. So Becker will work his way back into the batter's box. Pringle comes home with it. Outside corner just misses. Evens the count at 2-2. 13-8, Buffs lead this one, top of the 6th inning. Wilder Park, the home for WT. That pitch is high for a ball. So that runs the count full for Becker, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Becker settles back in, batting from the right side. .310 is the batting average for the first baseman. This one he pops up down the right field line out to Will Finning in right field. Will says, "I've got it," and pulls that one in for out number 1. So that'll bring up Nick Wolf. Nick Wolf in this ball game is 2 for 2. He's been hit by a pitch. If you go back to the last game, he finished up with 2 home runs in the last ball game. Looks at a strike from Pringle. Wolf settles in ready, batting from the left side, batting .435 at the plate. Going to miss outside for a ball. Evens the count at 1-1. Wolf has driven in 13 runs so far this season. Today he's got 2 RBIs in this game, 7 from the first game. That pitch misses for ball 2, 2 balls and a strike. Gavin Pringle comes home with it. That's driven down the left field line, fouling out of play. Evens the count at 2-2. Ramsey Amador on the on-deck circle, the third baseman for the Javelinas. That pitch misses high for a ball. That runs the count full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. His action in the WT bullpen. Pringle. And got him swinging on that one, a nice off-speed pitch. And a strikeout for Gavin Pringle, his 4th of the ball game. You watch it right here. This one just falls off the planet, just drops low as Wolf tried to adjust his bat speed to it, but could not. And that is out number 2. So that brings up Ramsey Amador. Amador looks at a strike for his first pitch. Ramsey, who has been hit by a pitch twice and struck out in this ball game. Batting .364, looks to strike 2. Southmore, third baseman, settles in, ready to go, batting from the right side. Fouls this one off at the plate, out of play. Keeps the count at 0-2. Ramsey settles back in. Batting from the right side, open stance. Fouls this one off at the plate. Pringle. Working here in the top of the 6th. Buffs leading 13-8 in game 2 of our doubleheader. And check swing, and they appeal and say he did not go around. Leibel was pretty certain that he had. That's why he appealed down to the first base umpire. Amador settles back in. Sends this one into right field. Nice hit for Ramsey. Gets aboard with the single. And that'll bring up Stephen Bonus. Bonus, who walked his last at bat. He struck out and also singled today, batting .348. He's 1 for 2 at the plate. He's driven in 2, though, today as well. Pitch on the outside corner, got there for a strike. Pringle ready to go. Stephen Bonus. 0-1 pitch on the way. Inside for a ball. Runner at first base is Ramsey. Amador. 2 outs here in the top of the 6th. Quick throw to first. Amador's back. Pringle, who has pitched 2 1/3 innings, done a nice job in on relief for Reese Miller. Comes home with it, and that's going to be out into center field, a base hit. So back-to-back hits for the Javelinas. And that'll bring Jake Chapman to the plate. Pringle, who struck out Chapman his last at bat. Check it, it's Jacob Rosales who comes to the plate. Rosales, who in the last ball game got a hit. First pitch swinging, his last at bat. Got him on board. Looks at one low and away. Low and inside, I mean. So that's ball 1. Rosales settles in. Time called first. Coach Hall's going to go out and visit with his right-handed pitcher. And so just going to check to see how Gavin Pringle is doing. As he does so, we can check around the Lone Star Conference. Women's basketball, Lubbock Christian beat Eastern New Mexico today. Softball, Texas Permian Basin beat Minot State 8-5. St. Edwards beat Oklahoma Christian in women's basketball. Dallas Baptist beat Texas A&M-Kingsville 76-60. Lubbock Christian beat Texas Permian Basin in baseball 9-1. Right now, A&M International leads Eastern New Mexico 4-2. Softball, Eastern New Mexico beat Colorado Mesa over at the pitch for the Lady Buffs 10-9. They got that tournament going on over there. Also, CSU Pueblo loses to Western New Mexico 5-4. Just some of the scores going on around the Lone Star Conference. Meeting on the mound is broken up. Pringle comes home with it, and there's a quick throw down to first base. Not in time. Boy, nice job by Corey Schmidt. Levin Leibold just kind of bounced that to him. He had to dive over Stephen Bonians, coming back to first base to pick up that loose ball. So 1-1 pitch for Rosales. That one goes in front, gets away from the catcher. Runs it to 2-1. Pringle does a nice job coming back and getting that one. So 2-1 pitch on the way. 2 outs, 2 aboard for Javelinas. Rosales settles in, looks at a ball. Runs the count to 3-1. That one was close. That was a good pitch from Pringle. He settles back in, ready to go, batting. On the right side is Rosales, takes a swing, comes up empty. So that runs the count full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. With 2 outs, the runners will be off with this pitch. Pringle trying to get out of the inning to get to the bottom of the 6th. Buffs lead at 13-8. That's hit down toward second base and in for a base hit. Here comes the relay. Not in time. And so Rosales comes away with a hit to drive in a run as Ramsey Amador comes around to score. You can watch on the replay right here. Just hit towards second base and in for a single. Fenning comes up throwing and sliding in Amador. Moving over to third base is Stephen Bonus. And then at second base is Rosales as he got on with a single. And then the play trying to throw it in was bobbled. And that's probably going to be all for Gavin Pringle as Corey Hall comes out for the second time. Nice job by Gavin. 2 1/3 innings. He's allowed 1 run on 3 hits. It's an earned run. He's walked 1, struck out 4. He's had a good outing facing 11 batters today. And so we'll go to the bullpen to kind of wrap things up here in the top of the 6th inning. We'll take a timeout. We'll do so and come back after this on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
Energy is a glowing sphere of hot gas. It's an ocean of air. And at Excel Energy, we make it safe. It's why we train first responders. Help you identify where utility lines are buried. Sir, do not dig there. And it's why we study the flight paths of majestic golden eagles before we build a wind farm. Safer energy, people. It's all part of a carbon-free 2050. You, us, together.
Went for a onside kick, landed on my knee pretty hard and ended up fracturing my femur. I ended up having to go back and have surgery. Even the day after I had surgery, I was back in the clinic here. It's nice to have people help me rehab at a caliber of what I'm used to feeling like I can do. One thing that I really liked was having the access to the turf, because that's what I'm used to playing on. Now, I mean, it feels like nothing had ever happened. You have a choice of where you can go. This is one of the best places in Amarillo.
Since 1910, WT and the Department of Agricultural Sciences has provided high-quality education to the students of the Panhandle and beyond.
At WT, professors know me and are committed to my success.
If you want to get an ag industry job, WT is where you need to be.
I don't want just a job and a paycheck after graduation. I want a career where I can make a difference.
WT invested in my career. I intend to pay it forward.
Welcome to Shimon Dental Group, where every day we're excited to see our patients and treat them like family. We are dedicated to providing you with the highest quality care in a friendly and comfortable environment. Shimon Dental Group's patient-focused philosophy puts your needs front and center.
We are constantly investing in leading-edge technology. Innovations that speed the treatment process and improve aesthetics. We're expanding the breadth of our cosmetic and restorative services through training to provide the best possible outcomes.
Just with the level of commitment that they show to taking care of my family and I, it's absolutely unmatched in this town, so I've been very happy with them.
Brightening smiles for more than 3 decades.
Contact Shimon Dental Group for your appointment today.
Well, Tyler Cornett on in relief for the Buffaloes. First pitch swinging. Not able to catch up to that one is Dalton Kramer. Kramer down in the count 0-1. Tyler Cornett, senior from Shallow Water. That pitch is low for a ball. Cornett, the right-hander, comes home with it. That's going to be lined out to left field for a base hit. 1 run will come. Here comes the relay. And so they get 1 more run to come across as Stephen Bonus comes home on that hit from Dalton Kramer. Watch it right here. Just goes with the pitch. Inside out swing. Sends it out to left field. And that'll have runners at the corner. First and third. Rosales over at third. Kramer at first. For Matt Castro. Castro struck out twice. Flied out once. Looks at a strike. Castro batting from the right side. Corpus Christi native takes a look at strike two. So good pitch from Tyler Cornett. Cornett, who played at Cameron before coming here to WT, 6'2", 195-pound senior. Has one save on the year. He's pitched one inning. He allowed one hit, struck out three. Pitch missed outside for ball one, so a 1-2 count for Castro. Cornett comes home with it, and swinging for a strikeout. Castro falls once again. So 2 runs come across for the Javelinas. They got that on 4 hits. So 2 runs on 4 hits, with 2 left on base. No errors in the inning. And we go to the bottom of the 6th with the Buffs leading this one 13-10. We'll take a timeout and do so and come back after this on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
Headquarters and get helped, get fitted, and get your questions answered, and find out about our price matching online today.
Well, we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Buffs lead this one 13-10. Evan Leibel will lead things off. So Leibel. First pitch swinging, sends it to the second baseman. Thompson comes up throwing, and Leibel is erased. 4-3 for out number 1. That'll bring up Brian Bailey. And check will have a pitch hitter for Bailey as Kason Haggard will make his way out. So the junior from Canyon, Kason will make his way into the batter's box. Matt Selsler continues to pitch. Selsler at 23.14 earned run average. Trying to work through that one a little bit as Haggard looks at strike 1. Kaysen settles in, ready to go. Looks at that one outside for a ball. Kaysen played last night. He played second base for the Buffaloes. In and pitch hit for Brian Bailey. Fouls this one off and out of play. So 1 ball and 2 strikes for Kaysen, who has a .571 batting average. Set that one outside for a ball. Evens the count at 2-2. It's his 8th at bat of the season. He has 4 hits. He's driven in. He scored 2 runs. He's driven in 2. Got 3 doubles on the season so far. So the junior from Canyon sends this one out, short liner to the shortstop, Yvonne Durante, able to pull that one in. And that is out number 2. That'll bring up Cameron Lowe. So Lowe will make his way to the plate. So Cameron Lowe, who is hit by a pitch his last at bat and came around to score. He's struck out, he has singled, and he's walked. He scored 2 times today. Looks at an off-speed pitch in there for a strike from Sessler. 2 outs for the Buffs here in the bottom of the 6th. They lead at 13-10. That's got the outside corner, misses for a ball. Evens the count at 1-1. Loy settles in, batting from the left side, facing the left-hander. Drives this one down the right field line, fouling out of play. Got around on that one. Runs the count to 1-2. Loy batting .333. 1 for 2 at the plate today. Scored 2 runs, as mentioned. Has an RBI, walked once, struck out once. Off-speed pitch, fists that one out into the shallow foul territory, and he flies out for out number 3 to the first baseman. So no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody on base for the Buffaloes. We go to the top of the 7th. Buffs lead this one 13-10. We'll take a timeout, be back. Swinging, coming up empty. Runs the count to 1-2. Thompson will settle back in. He struck out twice and flied out to center field his last at bat. Sends this one out to center field, giving chase, circling underneath and pulling in for that out. And that is out number 2. So we go to the top of the order, Shelby Becker. So Becker settles in, ready to go. There's a strike for Becker. So Becker settles back in, ready to go, facing Cornett. Swung on, hit to third. Nice stop by Adam Becker. Throws over to first in time for the putout. What a nice play by Adam Becker. What a way to end this one on the 5-3 putout for the Buffs. And that is out number 3. No runs, no hits. No errors, nobody on base as the Buffs win this one 13-10 and improve to 5-2 on the season, while the Javelinas from Texas A&M-Kingsville fall to 2-5 on the season. Big win for the Buffs, 13-10. We'll kind of go through the numbers and go through everything for you momentarily, but first we'll take this time out. We'll do so and be back after this on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
Energy is a glowing sphere of hot gas. It's an ocean of air. And at Excel Energy, we make it safe. It's why we train first responders. Help you identify where utility lines are buried. Sir, do not dig there. And it's why we study the flight paths of majestic golden eagles before we build a wind farm. Safer energy, people. It's all part of a carbon-free 2050. You, us, together.
Went for a onside kick, landed on my knee pretty hard and ended up fracturing my femur. I ended up having to go back and have surgery. Even the day after I had surgery, I was back in the clinic here. It's nice to have people help me rehab at a caliber of what I'm used to feeling like I can do. One thing that I really liked was having the access to the turf, because that's what I'm used to playing on. Now, I mean, it feels like nothing had ever happened. You have a choice of where you can go. This is one of the best places in Amarillo.
Since 1910, WT and the Department of Agricultural Sciences has provided high-quality education to the students of the Panhandle and beyond.
At WT, professors know me and are committed to my success.
If you want to get an ag industry job, WT is where you need to be.
I don't want just a job and a paycheck after graduation. I want a career where I can make a difference.
WT invested in my career. I intend to pay it forward.
Welcome to Shimon Dental Group, where every day we're excited to see our patients and treat them like family. We are dedicated to providing you with the highest quality care in a friendly and comfortable environment. Shimon Dental Group's patient-focused philosophy puts your needs front and center.
We are constantly investing in leading-edge technology. Innovations that speed the treatment process and improve aesthetics. We're expanding the breadth of our cosmetic and restorative services through training to provide the best possible outcomes.
Just with the level of commitment that they show to taking care of my family and I, it's absolutely unmatched in this town, so I've been very happy with them.
Brightening smiles for more than 3 decades.
Contact Shimon Dental Group for your appointment today.
WT student athletes drink low-fat chocolate milk post-workout because it helps replenish and restore muscles quickly to their peak potential. Scientific studies suggest that the immediate benefits of low-fat chocolate milk include boosted performance, improved training, and higher recovery rates in athletes. Add low-fat chocolate milk to your post-workout routine.
Go Bucks!
The best tailgates start with the best beef, and the best beef starts with Market Street. Market Street, where we do beef the best.
For 90 years, the Lone Star Conference has been committed to excellence. What began in 1931 as a 5-team conference has grown to 18 institutions spanning 4 states. And while membership has changed, the pursuit of athletic success and academic excellence has never wavered. 119 national championships, over 2,000 All-Americans, and nearly 300 academic All-Americans. Celebrating 90 years of success, this is the Lone Star Conference.
Welcome back to Wilder Park. A big win for the Buffaloes as they take this one 13-10 to take the second game of the doubleheader. Will Fitting joining us here on the postgame show. Let's talk about the offense. I mean, that got things going in the first inning. Did you guys come out and just feel either very relaxed or you could really just see what the pitches were coming in?
Yeah, so we're actually a veteran team, and we have a lot of guys who started to press, right? We have a bunch of studs, and they were trying to do their own thing. And honestly, that day or this third game, we kind of just simplified our approach, and we kind of just wanted to pass the bat to the guy behind us, and we simplified everything. And we came out swinging, that's for sure.
Well, you came out swinging, led 7-2.
And, I kind of just built off that energy and was just fortunate to connect on a couple there.
Talk about 17 team with a 13-10 win. Get ready for tomorrow. Weather's going to be nice, that's for sure.
Hey, nice weather. I expect the same thing that we did just today, right? That was a huge, and I believe we're going to do the same exact thing as we did this past 3.
Will, congratulations. The Arizona senior comes away with a big day at the plate. Appreciate you on the win. 13-10, the Buffs win this one today. They'll be playing tomorrow. We'll get underway at 1 o'clock there we go. Matt Vandenberg, I didn't know if he was going to make it over here or not. Okay, for the first question I got to ask, I was going to ask you off air, but so we had a bat that went flying. Yeah. Well, it looked like a full swing bunt. Is that how you saw it as well?
I did not think it hit the hitter, but the umpire said that it did and everything, and it may have. It was definitely a different play, no doubt about it.
Well, it was interesting from our point of view because we got to look at it 2 or 3 times, so that always helps a little bit. Hey, talk about your club in this second game today. Offensively, you came out with the bats on fire.
Yeah, we did a lot better job offensively. Still not where we need to be offensively. Again, we're 7 games into a season. That's why I told our guys in between the games, I was like, listen, fellas, this is a long season. We can't ride the roller coaster. We're riding the roller coaster right now. We were on high last week thinking we're the best team ever, and then you lose those first two games, and you feel like you're the worst team ever. And that's the thing. You're never as good as what you think, and you're never as bad as what you think. So we gotta stay even and figure out ways to do a better job of executing and everything. And then our pitching's got to get a lot better. Right now, it's not very good.
So you came into this one, too. You said you lost those first 2 games. Whatever you said to get the offense going kind of helped. Maybe they relaxed a little bit. But then they came back in this one to tie it up. But then, again, that senior, that experienced leadership just kind of seemed to take hold, and you're able to get some home runs and just kind of build a lead from there.
Yeah, both Becker and Finning both had a really big day, and we needed them to. And I told them, I was like, listen, senior, in between games, I was like, seniors, you guys got to step up. It's what it comes down to. Listen, I think we're going to be a really good offensive team. We've got a lot of power. It's a scary lineup, and obviously the bats are always pitching to start the year. And again, we're 7 games in, so I expected our bats not to be great early on. I expect them to heat up as the year goes on, but we got to find ways to win close ball games without having our best offense as well, and that comes down to pitching and defense, what we preach all the time. We got to have great pitching, got to have great defense, and right now our pitching is letting us down, and they got to get better. Coach Hall's got to get into them, and we got to figure it out.
One thing, though, you did get pitching-wise was Gavin Pringle coming in relief. He pitched in that first game today and then came in the second one. It seemed to help settle things down a little bit.
Yeah, he did actually a really good job. He got tired there late and everything, and then Cornette obviously came in and did a really good job as being our closer and stuff, and we had to get him in because we had to find a way to win that ball game and stuff. But Gavin was good. He did a really good job. We just got to figure out how to deal with adversity on the pitching side of things. Just like in the first game, Isaac Keene was dominating, then all of a sudden we lose it and we hit a couple guys and do some stuff there. And the same thing with Reese. Reese was unhittable through 2 and then comes out, I think it was the 3rd inning or the 4th inning, whichever way it was, and just loses it again. And that's the stuff that we can't have. We got to be tougher mentally than that.
So get ready for the game tomorrow. You got Kingsville again. And you said yesterday, too, in your interview, you said we knew they weren't an 0-4 team. They were going to come in here ready to play. So what do you talk about a little bit getting ready for this one tomorrow, but really you just want to come out and kind of relax and just play regular baseball?
Yeah, listen, I expect it to be a really close game, and we got to execute and do the things that we do and that we talk about all the time and stuff, and no lead's going to be safe tomorrow. It's going to be a beautiful day, and we got to come out and hit it offensively, and then Douglas Rojas will be our pitcher tomorrow, and he's got to go deep into a game because our bullpen has been tested. Kingsville's done a phenomenal job of getting to our bullpen, and we got to get to their bullpen as well.
Matt Vandenberg joining us on the postgame show. Congratulations with a win. Your team 5-2 and looking to make that 6-2 tomorrow.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Matt Vandenberg joining us. That'll do it as we wrap this one up. Great job by Thunder Vision crew as they were able to give us great pictures on this beautiful, spectacular day today here at Wilder Park. As Coach talked about, it's going to be a beautiful day tomorrow as well. We'll have you out here for the first pitch.